Welcome to another episode of Coffee with April. This time we're going to do two things. First, we're going to introduce this coffee, which is our new limited coffee for the season, which is really exciting. Secondly, we're going to talk about why we love Cup of Excellence. And it so happens to be that our new limited coffee is a Cup of Excellence coffee. Now, what is Cup of Excellence? For those of you that don't know, it's an origin competition started back in 1999, focusing on showcasing, researching, finding some of the best coffee in the world based on different origins around the world. Today, it's a very big competition held in a lot of different countries all over the world. And the standard format of the competition, not to go too much into detail, is basically a farmer is entering a lot or a specific amount of coffee that first a national jury cups. And if that coffee scores a certain point, it will qualify into the second round. In the second round of cuppings, you also have international judges coming in to basically judge the coffees. And this is so you make sure that you have different perspectives on what's in the cup. And there, all coffees that score over 85 is referenced as a Cup of Excellence winner. And naturally, the scoring goes all the way up to 90, some of the coffees even above 90, which is amazing. And throughout my time in coffee, I've always loved these coffees. I dare to say that if you taste the top 5 in any given Cup of Excellence competition based on origin, these 5 coffees will be absolutely outstanding in terms of quality and taste. Now, that being said, it's very rare that you actually get your hands on those coffees, because what happens is that the lots are auctioned out to the basically highest bidder. So a lot of the coffees, they end up in Asia or in Russia. Not so many of them actually ends up here in Europe. I believe Sobin Hansen in Oslo is one of the biggest buyers of Cup of Excellent coffees in Europe, which is amazing. But overall, this competition and this format has created some amazing values to farms all over the world. And if you're in those top 5, you can be sure that your future is more or less secured, or at least financially looking much better than before, because buyers are going to recognize you and for the quality of the coffee, and they will come back and they will not just buy your competition lots, but they will also start buying your other lots as well. So it's an amazing concept. And I'm really happy that we here at April now are looking into Cup of Excellent coffees. So this coffee, as I mentioned, is a Cup of Excellent coffee. And not just that, it's a coffee from Burundi. An origin that is a bit controversial, it's a bit difficult, it's a bit challenging. I believe that this season, the harvest summer 2017, has produced some of the most amazing Burundi coffees I have ever tried. They've been extremely strong as an origin, and therefore we're also super happy to be able to produce and show this coffee. It's a tiny competition lot that comes from a process station called Ensobe. Now, Ensobe is located up in the north of Burundi. This is important because here is where you find the best growing conditions in the country in terms of coffee. It's rich volcanic soil. It's growing temperatures of between 18 to 25 degrees. It's a lot of rainfall during the maturation process, which really helps for the coffee quality as well. Now, the Ensobe process station has about 2,400 registered farmers to the station, which is amazing. It's a large number of farmers. And what's so interesting with this coffee is not just its score, like this coffee scores 90.40 in the official competition process, earning the second place only 0.05 scores behind the winning coffee. So it's a truly amazing coffee. A coffee that we bought mainly to use as a competition coffee, to be honest. But the interesting thing here is that even if you have a cooperative with 2,400 members, they still track these lots down to the specific farmers that gave them those cherries, which is absolutely amazing. And that goes through the whole washing system, fermentation system, the pulping system, drying system. Through all of these different stages, they keep the lots separated and labeled so you know which farmers have contributed to this lot and when that lot got picked or harvested, which is absolutely amazing. So the process station itself is located at about 1,500 meters above sea level, whereas the coffee is picked higher above there, right? So the coffee is picked roughly from 1,600 up to 1,800 meters above sea level on 20 surrounding hills above the process station. When the coffee is picked, they first start by depulping the cherry using a machine. Then they go into a fermentation process, which takes about 12 to 14 hours. After that, the water is let out, new water is pushed into the tank, the coffee is rinsed, and then they leave it to soak for about 20 hours before they drain that water, add new water again to rinse it, and then go into the washing process. After the washing process, they dry the coffee on raised beds, normally up to 20 meters long. They can hold up to 1 ton of coffee during the busy season, which is absolutely amazing. And they dry the coffee for between 20 to 30 days, which is a very long drying time as well. Overall, it leaves you with a beautiful, truly amazing coffee. And to get a bit more specific regarding the taste quality of this coffee, what we're finding in the coffee is just loads and loads of tropical fruits. That's really the one thing that stands out the most here. Tropical fruits, especially honey and mango, honeydew and mango. And it's kind of wrapped into this beautiful kind of perfumey floral character that follows all the way from first sip into the aftertaste. So overall, it's an absolutely stunning coffee. It's just perfectly balanced. It has this amazing, more intense kind of punchy acidity that we really like from African coffees, especially Burundi. And I would say that this is hands down the best coffee coming out of Burundi this season that I have tried, and I'm really happy to have it. Now, April only had 60 kilos of this coffees. I believe it to be, I think it was 7 boxes in total. We got 2 of them, so it will be a very limited run. So if you want this coffee, then you kind of need to be on your toes to really get it. It's available online when you see this video. It's also available as wholesale. As usual, we'll love to kind of hear your thoughts on Cup of Excellence. Please, make a comment. What's your Cup of Excellence experience? What kind of coffees have you tried? What do you like? What don't you like? And we'd love to just kind of follow up on this discussion as well. As I mentioned, we are bringing it into competition. So if we win, we're going to let you know. That's going to be very interesting. But you will be able to taste it. Just honestly, just a big thank you to Cup of Excellence. I think Cup of Excellence for the last years, at least here in Europe, are not getting the cred that they deserve. They do an absolutely amazing job. And they've been producing some of the just best tasting coffees. And, the difference that happens for a farmer going from a non-Cup of Excellence winners to a Cup of Excellence winner, especially if you're in the top 5, that's just a huge difference. It's one of the most valuable competition concepts we have from a green coffee perspective, and that's something that we really should kind of cherish and support. In April, we'll by all means continue to support Cup of Excellence because we think they produce some absolutely amazing coffees.